Hello, Hadassah's Crown Publishing family. We are here today with a novice author who is not new to writing at all. You'll be able to tell from her interview and also from her magnificent new book. We are here to discuss Hoodie Trouble. And we have some exciting news to share with you about tomorrow. So, without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you Dr. Sherrie L. Jeffries. She is an educator and she is a writer, and she is, like I said, a new author, and she has authored Hoodie Trouble, which you will be hearing more about. So, Dr. Jeffries, what else would you like for us to know about you?
Thank you, Sonia. I am very excited about all that's happening and the publishing of the book. But I am a native of Jonesville, South Carolina, where I grew up around a family of people who love to read. My grandmother and my mom we were in the house with my grandmother, but they both were readers. My brother was a reader, and so was I. So reading has always been in my DNA in some sort. I just completed my 26th or 7th year teaching. Can't remember
Hey,
which one.
congratulations.
Thank you. But I am an early literacy specialist in Spartanburg, South Carolina, and it is my pleasure every day to go to work and inspire children to be better readers and writers.
That's wonderful because you are grateful to your family and the legacy they left within you because they instilled that love for reading books when you were very young. And so it's your life's mission because you do it every single day. You try to help children appreciate literacy and books and just all of that. So that's wonderful. And I know too that even outside of your 9 to 5 every day or 8 to 10, whatever, however, how many ever hours there are in education, it's never ending. But even on the weekends, you still work with children in literacy. So do you mind sharing that?
Sure. I have two other capacities where I work with kids. One is through tutoring. I have a tutoring business called Always Reading, and I do tutor elementary age children. The children that I tutor during the school year have stayed with me during the summer break, so I do see them during the summer as well. But I'm also the president of the James E. Vaughn Foundation, which is a 501(c)(3) grant-seeking organization. And our mission is to help families who have children that are in preschool or early elementary. We help the families to understand simple things that they can do at home to help their children have a good foundation for literacy learning once they get into the school system. So we host what we have coined family literacy workshops, and we pull parents together with their children and model strategies that they can use at home to help with reading, writing, and communicating, which are the three parts of literacy. So we've been doing that since 2017 and have had great results with turnout and also with repeat families each time we offer sessions, and families who are wondering when we'll offer the next one. So it has been very rewarding for me as well as the families that we work with.
That's amazing. And I was blessed and privileged to witness that one Saturday. I was amazed at the turnout, not only the turnout, but the engagement.
Mhm.
I was able to lead a workshop and I'm still thinking about it. And I will share with you, there was someone who reached out to me to say, when is the next one? You know, I need some information or whatever. So I said, let me get with Dr. Jeffries and make sure you're on the list because they want to get some more help with writing. So that's wonderful to see families so involved and being proactive because we know some things are changing with SC Ready, for example, and they want to be on top of it. So that's phenomenal. And thank you for your efforts in leading that, most definitely.
You're welcome.
So, when did the idea for Hoodie Trouble come along?
So it was actually several years ago because I kept encountering the same situation with some female students that I taught. Uh, that Shadé is really one character that represents lots of interactions that I've had over the 26, 27 years that I've been teaching. But it really started once I started working in Spartanburg 7. There was a young lady in my second grade class, and she was very strong-willed, and she kept showing up for school. And during the course of the day, she would take her hair loose, and it would just be everywhere. And so it was a major distraction for her and for me teaching and watching her do that. And so I spoke with her mom about it, and her mom just kind of told me there were certain battles that she was willing to fight with her, but the hair was not one of them. And so I just asked her if it was okay if I just combed her hair in the morning. If she ever showed up and her hair was not combed, could I comb it so that we could just get that hurdle over with and be focused for the rest of the day? And the mama agreed. And so I did start doing that. And so what I noticed was over a period of time, in years past that child, there were other children who would come to me to ask me to replace their ponytail or put the bow back on. And then when I moved to Drayton Mills, there were teachers who would knock on my door and just ask, "Can you help this child?" And usually there was something that had gone awry with the hairstyle. So every school that I've worked in, I've had an interaction with some girls and their hair and issues that relate to hair.
Wow. So you're the resident stylist. So that's an honor. It really is because I have never been one to be a master at doing hair. And so I always have
I
to.
am not by far a master. I don't have children, so I really don't have the experience, but I at least made it look better than it
Than
was.
it was. Well, that's awesome. That is awesome. So, well, I know I'm jumping a little bit, but I do want to talk about the illustrations because I forgot to ask. You do a wonderful job. I can only imagine the reason, but Shadé at the beginning is in black and white or
Mhm.
gray. She doesn't really show up. And then later things change. So, can you tell us a little bit the thoughts behind that?
So there's a group of my third graders that kind of went along in this writing journey with me. You mentioned SC Ready earlier, and after we had that workshop with you, and I realized that those students would need to be really fluent in narrative writing, I decided to kind of take them along my journey of writing this book. And so I presented to them my story and several, along the way, just to kind of catch them up on what I was doing. And so at the same time, I was reading aloud other books to them. And also at the same time, the art teacher who is just across the hallway from me uh, was was teaching a unit on colors and what colors mean and the different moods that go with different colors. So all of that kind of worked together for my third grade group to say, why don't you make her different colors in the book, depending on how she's feeling? And
Wow.
so that was really the inspiration for having Sade go from the grayscale to who she is at the end of the story.
Wow. And never in a million years. And I'm not saying that children aren't intelligent and out of this
Mhm.
world, but I truly thought it was your brainchild
No, it was
or it was
not.
the illustrators.
No,
Wow.
I had read them a book and I do not remember the name of it. Maybe The Invisible Boy, where when the story starts off, he's just kind of pencil drawing. And as the story progresses and events start happening in his life, he becomes more in color. So I think that book was their inspiration for suggesting that I do that.
That's amazing. I absolutely love it. So, if you will tell us about your process of working with an illustrator, how was that? Because I'm guessing that it was possibly your first time. And so I know as an author, you have visions in your head. You try to communicate, but at the same time, you want to let their creativity come into the picture because they're the experts. So,
Right.
was it an easy process or did it take lots of revisions? How smooth was that?
So it was actually, I think overall pretty easy. Amina, I never got to meet Amina or talk to her. So our interactions were only messages that were sent online. And so I would describe for her in words what I wanted the character to look like or to wear. And so she took my words and developed them into the illustrations that she made. So the her first order of business was to get Shadé to a point that I liked her. So she did several drawings of Shadé. I had her change her hair and her skin color and several other things about her before I was fine with her. And so when we got Shadé, okay, then she started working on several of the other characters. And the other characters were very simple. I mean, I made very few changes to them because she was able to take my written description and make a character that I was satisfied with. So I thought it went very smoothly considering she and I never talked.
That's
So,
great. Well,
yeah.
I was very impressed. I thought she did a phenomenal job. And so I knew that the communication that went to her had to be phenomenal as well. So
Mhm.
kudos there. And
Thank you.
to our audience, you want to get this book so that you can see the beginning, the transformation, the ending, and just the total story. We can't give you too much, even though I would love to, because it's a
Mhm.
phenomenal story, but we want you to buy it. And
Yes.
speaking of that, I'm excited to get my copy tomorrow. It is going to be signed by the author. I'm going to be in line with the crowd because, and we'll come back and tell you about tomorrow. But what has the response been so far? I've been seeing a huge response on Facebook. So I'll let you put that in your own words.
Yeah, the response has been really overwhelming. I didn't expect as much attention as it's gotten, but I posted on Facebook and my Instagram page and also on LinkedIn whenever the book was ready for sale. And a lot of people have reached out. They've purchased it either on Amazon or off of my website, enjoyagoodbook.com. And then there are people here in town who have contacted me and bought the book directly from me. So I think the overwhelming response is that a lot of children and adults have told me that it's their story, that they have had the same type of problem that Shadé had, and that they connected really well with the story. So that's been the most the overwhelming comment that I have received. And the other thing that's been surprising is there are a lot of people who do not know me who have reached out and purchased the book, and I've gotten feedback from them. They just saw the post online and purchased. A guy on LinkedIn sent me a message last night that he and his daughter had just read the book last night and how much she really loved it. And it just made him very thankful for the village that he has that's helping him take care of his daughter and make sure that she's dressed appropriately and she looks, okay to go out in public. So,
Okay, well, and I'm glad you said that because hair is a big deal. But
mhm,
at the same time, it can be clothing, it can be shoes.
right,
There can be so many reasons that children can be shy and want to, not participate and just
right,
somewhat hide in their skin.
mhm,
And those are outer things, but sometimes it's things from the inside. It
right,
could be abuse, it could be hunger, it could be a lot of different things. But this book does a tremendous job of showing compassion and empathy. And so I truly pride you for that. And for those reasons, everybody can relate because if individuals didn't necessarily themselves experience something like that, they saw it or
right.
they were the protector for someone who went through that. And
Mhm.
no educator who's been in education for any number of years hasn't experienced something of that effect.
That's so
So
true.
yes, most definitely. So I'm glad that you chose to pen that and that was your first book because I really believe it's going to help people remember you as an author and be excited when your next books come out.
Cool. Thank you.
So we will jump to the event tomorrow and then let you share anything else that I've missed that you want to share with the audience, and we'll just kind of go from there.
So tomorrow, I'm excited to share. I will have my official book signing, and it will be at the Rob Chapman Center, which is at the Thomas Hannah YMCA here in Spartanburg. The street address is 155 Ribault Street. And so we will be there from 10 a.m. until noon. and you are invited to come out. If you've already purchased a book and I have not had the chance to sign it, please bring your book with you. But if you do not have a book, you can get your book on site. So I'll be there, and then we have many things that we will give away. We have some hoodies that say Hoodie Trouble, and
Nice, nice.
some t-shirts that will be given away. And then I've taken some parts of the story, I don't want to show too many of those, but and made them into puzzles that we will give away.
Oh,
Really looking forward to you coming, and please bring your children with you so that they can be a part of it. One of the things that I thought about through this process was when I was much younger, I thought that authors were people who were far away. They were people who, I don't know, I just didn't see myself as one, neither did I know anyone around me who was an author. So I think that this is a great opportunity to show children in this area that, authors do live here in Spartanburg, and you can be one too. And that I think is important if you can bring them tomorrow to be able to witness that.
awesome. I ditto everything that you just said, and I can't wait to see the turnout. I think those puzzles, those are too cool. And
Mhm.
the hoodies, all of that. I just can't wait to see the whole spread because I know it's going to be extremely nice. So, any other events or anything else you'd like to tell us about that's forthcoming?
Well, several people have asked me, will I continue Sade's story or am I writing another book? And so I am in the process of writing the next book, and what I would love to do is to have a Serene Elementary School series. And so my next character is actually the little boy who is on page 13. And I have named him Darius. Darius means upholder of the good. And it's usually a name that's attributed to someone who shows bravery and justice and righteousness. So I have started working on that book about Darius, so be looking out for that one to come out soon. And I would love to turn this into a series that maybe has early chapter books because those are really missing a lot for kids who are transitioning from early readers into chapter books. But it would be a great series for people to learn more about the backstory of Shadé and Darius as well.
Absolutely amazing. So I saw the bookmark of Darius and I recognized him from the book and I didn't realize he had his own story. I should have known because he had a bookmark. So
Right.
very, very nice.
Yeah.
Well, I can't thank you enough for taking time to speak with us today to just share the good news of Hoodie Trouble, what it's doing and what it's going to do, because I just know that it has not, it has just done, I mean, in a tiny way, you know, shown us what it's going to do. There's a
Okay.
huge,
Thank
long future for Sade. She, I believe, is going to travel the globe.
Oh, well, thank you. I
Yes,
appreciate
I do believe she
it.
will. So I'm excited about tomorrow. Look forward to being there. And again, we invite you all to come. We hope that you will like this video, share it. We hope you'll subscribe to our channel. And if you have a publishing idea, don't hesitate to reach out to us. So thank you for being with us again. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Thank you, Sonia.
All right. Thank you. All right. Bye bye,
Bye.
everyone. Okay.